How's your offseason been?
It's been good, alhamdulillah. I've been chilling, getting healthy, preparing for the season to come. Just getting my mind right, my spirit right, and ready to kick it off.
What was your reaction to the team moving on from Keenan and Mike? Obviously, two guys that you looked up to and played with for a few seasons here.
I didn't know about it until a few people were texting me. I tried to stay out of the media, but yeah, I was a little down that day. You know, people are texting me as if I'm the one that got released. You know, so but it was cool. We hung out before they headed out. But they're nothing but a phone call away, so I just hit them up.
Obviously, with the team moving on from both of those guys, it presents a pretty big opportunity for you in a contract year. How are you sort of approaching the bigger role that you're going to have?
I approach it like it's a whole new team, because it technically is, from the top down. So the new coaching staff is getting to know me. I'm getting to know them, and I'm just taking it one day at a time. Just trying to get the installs, trying to understand what they're putting in, and just let everything else just fall the way it's supposed to fall.
How different have these off-season workouts been with the new coaching staff and kind of what they're stressing compared to, the past couple of years being here?
I'd say the biggest difference is there's a large emphasis on the details. Extreme emphasis on the details, more than any team I've been a part of, from college to high school to anything. It's the most detailed-oriented emphasis I've ever been a part of. So I would say that's the biggest difference. It's blaring. Like, you can't miss it if you're in a building with us.
Josh, you don't have any examples of that? Like Sanjay earlier was talking about, you mentioned it briefly. You were talking about if you got to hit a certain mark on the hash, they might stop a meeting and tell you where you're going. Do you have examples of that detail in action?
That's a great example. Yeah, he's right. If you're supposed to get right here, get right here. Everything else will coach up, but if it says get 10 yards, don't get 11, don't get 9.
You like that? You like that kind of exactitude, I guess, be there?
Yeah, because then it's cut and dry. There's no room for, he kind of got there, or he kind of didn't, or the ball's here, but it could have been here, and it's, did you get 10 or no? If you didn't, then you're wrong. So yeah, it makes it a lot easier, because I know I better get 10. There's no room to get 9. There's no room to get 11. I know Justin's going to throw that 10.
No room for freelancing.
No room for freelancing.
All right, during year 4, how you kind of seeing your approach to the offseason in terms of getting better? How has that kind of how has that changed over the years in terms of comfort and stuff like that?
You just look for new things from an individual standpoint. Everybody's off seasons are different. You go into the off season knowing what you have to correct from the season before and the season before that. So every year is different. This year for me was just getting my body back healthy, just from last season, and hitting the ground running when I came back.
What have your first impressions been of Jim Harbaugh?
He means what he says, and he says what he means. He loves football. You could tell that by how he just comes to work, how he talks, how he coaches. Everything's about football.
You mentioned rehabbing the knee, sort of dealing with that this offseason. Did you have surgery?
No.
Okay.
No. Just getting it strong.
And so how has that sort of changed your offseason, if at all, from what you usually do?
Might have started training a little bit later, but nothing extreme.
Sanjay said today was probably the most reps you've had in a practice. Is that fair?
Yeah.
How did it feel?
It felt good. It felt good. I'm where I'm supposed to be, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's all I know for now. I don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow.
Josh, have you thought much about, like you said, Keenan and Mike leaving, you being that guy, with experience and, just that steps up to take not only a leadership role, but maybe, on the field as well? Have you thought about that and kind of accepted that role?
I'm not thinking about it too much. I'm gonna let things fall into place the way they should. Right now, my main focus is just learning the offense learning everything Giro wants us to do, learning all the spots, being on the same pages as a quarterback, and just let everything come to fruition.
Are you more of a mentor at all because of how young everyone is naturally?
I would ask the other guys and see what they say. I don't want to say I'm a mentor for somebody else. Somebody has to call me the mentor. So yeah, I'd say ask them.
You feel like the experience the past couple of years, because, well, let's face it, there were games when both Keenan and Mike were out, and you had to be that guy. You feel like that was good from the past couple of years, maybe good experience for what is now full-time?
Yeah, I feel like my preparation is never going to change. Since my rookie year, I've always been preparing as if I was the one, just because why would I prepare any differently? Why would I prepare as a backup? Why would I prepare as someone that's not going to play? So that won't change. From an experience standpoint, I feel like it's important that knowing that you might be in that role, or I might be in that role to have to step up big, but it's nothing, I want to say it's anything new. The coaches have full trust in me. That's what I'm working for, and the receiver coach has full trust in me, and I'm learning them. They're learning me as well.
What's it been like just going through with Ben Herbert and his off-season program, and kind of what he's asking of you guys as far as body goals and conditioning goals and everything? He's
very detailed. If he says don't go past your belly button, don't go past your belly button. Everything has a reason. Everything has an explanation as to why you should or shouldn't do something. So when we're in there, we don't waste time. We're in and we're out, and we get the work that we need to get done.
We saw Joey give a speech at the end of practice. What was that?
It's just Joey giving a speech. He was, just telling guys, how long he's been here, and how he's happy to be here, for sure.
What are your thoughts on Lad?
Lad's a great route runner. I seen a few of his clips when he was at the Senior Bowl, and I was very impressed with the display he put on at the Senior Bowl. So even just here at practice, I see what he could do, and he's special.
Just going back to Joey's speech for a second, was it something that he requested to do? How did Jim introduce him at the end there? Just saying, Joey just wants to say something.
He just coach has this thing called wise words, so he just has somebody come up and say some wise words. It could be different, whatever what's on that person's mind. He just goes and talks.
And so Coach Harbaugh picks a different person for each practice, basically?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Just
today was Joey's turn, yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Do you usually get a heads up?
On the spot. Yeah, so you don't have time to prepare, but you should be prepared because you might get picked, so.
Have you been up yet, or no?
I have not been up yet.
You've been thinking about it?
I've been thinking about it in case he calls me. Yeah.
Notice any differences in Quentin just this offseason compared to rookie year?
Of course, Quentin's a lot more, I'd say he's a lot more mature in terms of knowing how to do things that he might not have known how to do before. And he's just a lot more critical on himself.
Just going back to the mentorship thing, I know we'll ask other guys, younger guys, but considering, how Keenan took you under his wing, how much you learned from him over the 3 years that you spent with him, how much do you want to be like that now as far as paying it forward? You got all that experience and knowledge from Keenan.
Yeah.
How much do you want to pay that forward to the young guys that you guys have down there?
When guys come up to me, I'll give them what I have. That's what I had to do with Keenan. I had to go up to him and take the things from him, which he eventually understood. Yeah. So if guys want to do that to me, then of course I will help. But I'm not just gonna go and force it down everyone's throat. You gotta be doing this, you gotta be doing that. I have to learn this stuff too. So everyone's in the same boat right now.